Out for the strobe lights and four-letter words, but other than that, the only thing to worry about is squelching between your toes.
Hello and welcome to the John and Joe Show Part 3. We're already considering offers of pantomime. A little applause. Thank you very much indeed. The fans are here in force, as you can hear. And Beauty and the Beast would seem to be an ideal vehicle for the pair of us. I'm not going to say which one of us is going to be Beauty and which is going to be the Beast.
I don't know. Pantomime dames, I think, would probably suit us rather well. I think I was born to be Buttons, and I think I can live out my Star Trek fantasies with this here. Anyway, we're going to be until 2:30, decaying in front of your very eyes. And in that time, we're going to have more highlights from Radiohead and loads of the bands that have played over the weekend so far. We'll kick off from this one. This is Ocean Colour Scene.
So I said on a road, so I need a car, but I know that
You can always tell when things are winding down, when something like this tent becomes the main focal point of the Glastonbury Festival, which is very bizarre. And I think we can be charging people to come and play with that little toy that we've got by the end of the evening. Anyway, that was Ocean Colour Scene from earlier on today.
And on the second stage last night, I was playing the records and driving the crowds mad, as you can imagine. And the Seahorses came on. I've never been a great fan, but I really enjoyed them, and I think you will too. Here's a couple of their songs.
Which is a bit ironic. think I'll take me home. Come on! Now we know where we're going, baby. We lay back and enjoy the ride. Taking the time to drown in our senses. Love is the law, so take me inside. Blackboard Sally chased us down the alley, we feel for habit. This was a shop which you so long, it was sure to blow your mind. Running so fast I can taste the back. Take me home, come on! Come on. Tells me lost hope. Taking
Later on, we'll be telling you which O-levels you need to be a rock star. I was thinking about having my hair done like that, John Squire. What do you think?
I think it'd be a modern-day miracle and probably a professional suicide as well, more than likely. Today there was kind of like a sick joke that the backstage catering people were playing on us when we turned up and they were serving a Mississippi mud pie. Loads of catering going on all around the festival, obviously. And Jamie's been out there checking out what his poison is exactly.
Now, if you thought that Glastonbury was all about homes on wheels, bands on stage and dogs on string, then think again, because you need fuel if you're going to be rocking for 3 days. You can feast on a galaxy of Glasto gourmet delights, but nosh on some nasty noodles and you may as well pitch your tent next to a portaloo. Ouch. Lovely. Lovely. Pork barbecue. Lovely. Even Ian Beale from EastEnders is here. Now, joining me now is John Shearlaw, who helps coordinate all the food here at the festival. John, how many food stalls are there actually here?
We've got over 300 food stalls on site.
300? And have you had a chance to try them all out yet?
I'm working my way through them.
Okay. Now, have you got any advice on where I can go next? Because I'm still starving.
There's a really excellent one just down the road here.
Just down here? I'll go and check it out. Thanks a lot, John. Nutburger. Well, there we go. Food from all 4 corners of the globe in one field. But at the end of the day, you just got to go with what suits you.
As you can imagine, I volunteered for that job, but they wouldn't let me do it because I hadn't got a silly hat, unfortunately.
He doesn't put on weight very easily, does he, Jamie thinks, from eating that amount of food. It's really funny when you come to places like this, you've got ticket touts outside who are desperately trying to give away tickets because, you know, obviously the weather's affected the whole thing. And then you go and you've got like big fruit stalls and ice cream vans and they're giving away fruit and they're giving away ice creams because nobody's interested, frankly. Anyway, that's enough food. We'll have some more music now. This next coming up from Neneh Cherry.
Okay, it's late. Your girlfriend is on another date with the hero in your dream. Turn around, ask yourself, so you think you're gonna win this time, man child? Huh? Is it the pain of the drinking or the sun the sinking feeling? The car never seems to work when it's late, your girlfriend's on a date and the hero with your dream in your sleep seem like you. Turn around and ask yourself, turn around and ask yourself, man child, will you ever win? Man child, look at the state you're in. Could you go undercover and sell your brand new love? Be someone else for a night. Maybe someone else will love you. You can sell your soul for a tacky song like the ones you hear on the radio. Turn around and ask yourself, turn around and ask yourself, man child, will you ever win? Man child, look at the state you're in. Oh, man child, he will make you cry. Man child, man child, man child. From Monday down to Friday, you're working on another man's car. Or is it in a factory? Doesn't matter where you are. Oh, come on. I just turn around and ask yourself, is this communication? Accentuate the positive to give some illustration. See, man child, you know what? I Cause I believe in miracles and words and heavy doses. Enough, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Respect and self-express, no stress. The mic is easy, just believe it. All you need is the air that you breathe. Yeah. My dear friends in Glastonbury, you know I'm a Glastonbury fucking virgin. It's my first time. And it's so nice. I'm a bit clean still because I only just got here, but not for long. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. I was bitten twice shy, but don't you find me again. I just pick it in black and gold, take a friend. Are you ready for the words? I turn the microphone on a bigger street to reach you at the back. Cause don't pour the style. I'm stimulating dance floor. With your body temperature now. Turn this a man's voice. Power in the air, you know loud. My diagnosis. I believe in miracles. Words in heavy doses. Doses. Man, child, will you ever win? Man, child, look at the state you're in. Oh, man, child, you won't make me cry. Man, child, man, child, man, child. He's the apple of your eye. Yeah.
Raunchy late night viewing, night owls. I'm a terrible dresser, but come on, you know.
Well, I feel like I should have dressed up a bit now, put my frilly knickers and my frilly nightie on as well. In fact, I probably will do before the end of the show tonight, because I packed it, especially, and everything. Tonight, probably more than any other night over the Glastonbury Festival, it's been a complete sound clash. Loads of really good bands playing different stages in similar times, and one of the biggest audio and visual and just best experience tonight, I think, has been the Chemical Brothers. Enjoy it.
That's Tom and Ed, Mr. and Mrs. Chemical's little boys, and tomorrow night you'll be disappointed to learn, crushed even, Joe and I are being rested, and Jules Holland will be introducing this programme.
I can give you a really difficult test now and ask you which one is which of the Chemical Brothers.
Jules Holland is the... Yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, right, no, I have no idea.
And you're a comedian as well.
I know.
Okay, this is Jules Holland Video Diary coming up next.
Hello, the BBC have invited me to make a video diary of my trip with my Rhythm and Blues Orchestra to the Glastonbury Festival. It's raining, the weather conditions are not looking promising, but we're setting off anyway. First of all, I should explain, in the Rhythm and Blues Orchestra there are some 14 members. You may be asking yourselves, well, why don't they all travel in a coach together? This is because I like to stop and see some of the sites wherever possible. And when you get a lot of people in the coach together, you get bickering about where they want to stop for tea and what sites they want to see, etc. So, with that short introduction, it's now 11:58 on the 26th, Thursday the 26th of June. The diary begins. Start the engine, please. .12:05, precisely 7 minutes after departure. Been a bit fatiguing, so we're stopping for lunch. In we go, lads. Nothing more sleazy than 4 men in a car. It's now 12:20, the drizzle is still persisting, so we should really get going in a moment and get on, because one of the reasons I say, well, we travel separately is so it allows us to go and visit places of historic significance.
Yes, my selector, this is Peter Dodgy.
It's 3:15, we're now at Stonehenge. There's been a 10 centigrade drop in temperature, and we've had reports from Glastonbury that there's only one entrance open of the 14, the rest are all flooded. As a treat, I've taken the band here and I'm going to share with them some knowledge from Sacred England, John Michel's guide to England. If you'd like to look this way. You can see the land surrounding Stonehenge is an open landscape, thickly strewn with burial mounds, earthworks and many other prehistoric monuments. It's 6:35. The temperature has dropped a little more, and there's a little more rain. We've been in traffic now for 1 hour and have travelled a distance of approximately 1 mile. We are about 2 miles from the site, so I guess it's going to be another 2 hours at this rate before we get there. Therefore, we have decided to momentarily abandon our trip to Glastonbury Abbey, which is a great shame because it is one of the great pilgrimage sites in Britain. You can see this is about the pace that the traffic is moving at, walking pace. Actually, it's not. Well, I'd better get back in the car then. So it's now 10 to 9. We've very fortunately, Stephen, the tour manager, approached the police, and they're now going to get us into the backstage area. They thought it was going to take another 3 hours to get in. They are seeing us in. They're not arresting us, are they? So it's now 10:15. I'm settled in my wagon. I've got the old slippers on. I'm going to warm myself up, and it's been a pretty long day, so I think I'll probably then, well, it'll be time to go and have a rave with all the people out there. So now it's 10 to 1, Friday the 27th. Relatively satisfactory breakfast taken in the catering tent over there. Beans and egg type of fare with paper cups. Satisfactory evening sleep. No dreams really of any great consequence that I want to share with you. Let me make my first social call of the day.
Get picked up on everyone's radar just in case you don't get lost on sight.
I should think it's very warm as well, isn't it?
Fucking great, man. 20 quid. And if there's a fire, you don't die.
No. Well, you just walk straight through and take the notice. Well, we're going to go to the alternative, what's it called? Not healing, technology centre.
What,
have you been there?
Windmills and all that kind of.
Yeah, have you tried that?
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, you got any more in there?
Yeah, I've got 2.
Fucking have it, man. One for you, man. Here you go.
What's that?
You're having it. Mr.
Tequila.
Holland, you're having it,
Thanks.
man. On me.
I can't drink and drive.
No, you fucking can. So what do you think? They're going to come round with a blue light having it with you or what? They're not. You're having it. We're having it. They're not having it. Alright?
Shall I give you a hand?
Oh, come on. You haven't done this before.
Thanks,
You've never been a barmaid, have you? Although
I
I've seen you doing it with Paula once before.
That's it, lovely, thanks.
Yeah, come
Whoa.
on. Hey. And here's a coffee when you want to come down later, mate. Here you go.
Whoa.
Here's, what more can you ask for, eh?
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, thanks very much.
Well, thank you very
Good
much,
help.
John.
What's the best thing you've seen? Correct
I
answer.
would say you, but there's someone in a wedding dress up there.
I'm going to go and find her.
Large.
Allow me to introduce you. Jules Holland, your name?
Mick.
Mick, you have built a mobile sauna. Well, not a mobile sauna,
totally immobile sauna. In fact, Jules, whereas most of the things here disappear after the festival, this one will rest.
And so you keep a constant fire going, and then people wander in. That's marvellous. And so there's this one here, and you've got another one there. That's another. So it's become sauna corner sort of thing. 4:20. Dear Diary have concluded that this is the area that is probably ideal to stay in. There's people over there sitting under pyramids with nice bells ringing. We're doing shiatsu there, reflexology, Indian head massage going on over there, Reiki over there. There's people sitting in a nice garden there, bloke knocking up a pagoda over there, man offering beer to me here. Are you offering me beer or asking for beer? I'm afraid I don't drink, I'm so sorry. Constant git. So it's now 9:25. My Rhythm and Blues Orchestra are on stage 10 o'clock. I've been assured by Stephen, the tour manager, we've now switched vehicles, obviously, to a four-wheel drive vehicle to cope with the conditions. And I've been assured that the orchestra are there, waiting and keen and straining at leash and ready to go.
the stage, Mr. Jules Holland.
Thank you very much. And thank you. So it's now 20, hang on, it's now 11:45, and with Rico, we've just finished the show. That seemed to go well, didn't it? So you played well?
I like the show,
Yeah.
very well.
Rico liked the show, I like the show. So that's it. Our mission has now been completed.
Give thanks for everything.
Yeah, that's right, give thanks for everything. Yeah, well.
Jules Holland's video diary, and Jules will be presenting this programme tomorrow. Although, in my view, actually the woman who was trying to get him pissed should be doing it, because she's a star, I think.
Absolutely. It's John and Joe having it large at Glastonbury on BBC Two. Still to come, we've got music from Ocean Colour Scene, also Dodgy, Dubstar and Terrorvision, and acoustic sets from Shawn, Colvin and Sharon, Shannon. But first, two tracks coming up next. This is Cast. Cast? I can't say that.
Just call free me from the dickheads in this world. Give me some time to be me. Just give me the space that I need. Just give me a reason to be. Give me some time to be me. I gotta open my eyes to see. So give me the word that I breathe. Show me the taste that is sweet. Just a little hard to see me. Just breathing, just breathing, so breathing. Out of the legs can't make it. Out of my head can't face it. So living this life ain't easy. Living with dreams that break, they free me. Free me. Give me the air that I took. Just give me the song that I sing. I'm listening hard to hear me. Give me some time to be. Gotta open your eyes to see. Give me the love that I need. Show me the light that blinds me. You bring it all closer to me. So breathing, so breathing, so breathing. Out of the legs can't make it. We're out of our heads can we make faces. Faces. Living this life is not easy. So live with your dreams that will break. They free me. Just breathing. I wonder why it's so far away. Wonder why it's so far away. It's so far. Free, 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 free. So wide as the ocean in me, as high as the sky above me, as deep as this air beneath me. It's free, it's free, it's free. I'm out of the legs, can't make it. We're out of our heads, can we face faces? Faces. So living this life ain't easy. So live with your dream that will Johns. All right.
John Power, of course, a man in his element when coming to Glastonbury and all the mysticism that goes on around here. And the rest of the band definitely, about an hour ago, I think, definitely entering the land of the Teletubbies as they were whizzing around outside. I'm finding it so difficult to get comfortable here when you're picking up clods of mud all the time.
One being thrown at us now. Very rock and roll, hey. A few years ago on television, I saw an Irish TV programme about Sharon and Shannon, and I loved her then, and I love her now, and here's your chance to love her as well. Obviously a great player, but also owner of one of the greatest smiles. Oh, there we go. One of the that one. Obviously one of the owner-operators, one of the great smiles in showbiz. I think. Unfortunately, we don't know who the guitar player is, so we can't credit him.
Oh, my combo, actually. I've never heard of her before, but that was fantastic. This next band, yesterday, were actually scouring the place trying to get hold of a Lamac and Peel t-shirt. Did you know that?
They're very much sought after.
Yeah, no, we couldn't find any anyway. They're Terrorvision. Today, they're currently in Portugal. They told me gleefully last night they were heading out for a bit of sun. And this is their performance recorded yesterday, Terrorvision.
What's the matter? Alice, what's the matter? Something about you that puts me down, down the line for the water, toast of the town. Something about you that picks me up like a hot cup of coffee, cup. Feels like a Saturday, nothing to go in, like it is a Sunday, nothing going. You can see, living in the rain sky. What's the matter? Alice, what's the matter? No! Something about her, she reminds me of you. Something about him, he don't need me too. Something about them, about the other. Something as a tale, dad and your mother. That's easy going. What's the matter? Alice, what's the matter? Alice, what's the matter? Alice, what's the matter?
As you can see, they needed the t-shirts before they went on stage. Fireworks have started, so you can tell it's getting late. And this next item that's coming up, I actually feel like I've lived with Steve through this. It was a torturous experience.
It's something we've been looking forward to all evening. This is Steve Lamac investigating the world of dance music in the dance music tent.
Welcome to the world of Glastonbury dance. That's the dance tent behind me. These are my dance shoes. Not so much as you can see, Ministry of Sounds, more Ministry of Agriculture. But if there's one place where it doesn't matter what you look like, or even less whether you can dance or not, then this is it.
This is show business.
It's all here this year. 2 dance tents featuring everything that's going on in UK dance music. Everything from big beat to jungle, plus of course godfathers of ambient music, the Orb. Back at Glastonbury, typical of a lot of the groups who are playing here this weekend, in that they took dance music out of the studio and put it into the live arena. Were you conscious though of like having to try and put on a show for people? I mean, I don't think we were really that conscious, to be honest. How do you find playing like a dance tent though? Do you think dance tents at festivals work? Well, yeah, no. I mean, it's not going to attract loads of clubbers, but it'll attract loads of crusties and they'll enjoy themselves. So, do you think that's right, that it's not actually club people in that tent, and it's more just You know, people who never used to go and see the Orb will actually get to see you at Glastonbury.
Oh, well, no one knows who's playing, do they? I think we're the only ones that know.
Basically, this is a Praxis House of Vibe put it together. It's about a synergy of different creative artists, performing artists, and along the lines of information technology. So you've got like a netcast going over the internet. We're on the World Wide Web. We've got video mixing. We've got performance artists ranging from Project 23 with Cleveland Watkins and Talvin Singh, right through to dub poets like Keziah Jones and Detail. Basically, it's about a fusion, and we think it's a new thing for Glastonbury. It's rocking. You can see that the people love it, and you're going to see a lot more of us.
Dance music here at Glastonbury has come from the sound systems out in the field to its own mainstream dance tent. Hence, we have Screen playing this year. We're also one of the forerunners of sound systems, Redone. Do you think that your music was, is in a way really quite well fitted to Glastonbury because you sort of come out of that sound system type scene, which obviously happens in the fields when everything else like the dance tent is closed?
This gathering of the clans type of music, I mean, it's tribal what we do, I suppose, because it just appeals to a lot of different types of people. And, you know, those who come and get together. That's the idea of Redone. That's summing up Glastonbury, looking at all the different tribes and different types of people.
Saw Saffron out of Republica walking past in the mud earlier on in the week. He's become a Republica fan, rather remarkably.
Is he in love?
I think it could easily be. Yes.
Sweet.
And this is Saffron being interviewed earlier on.
Now, the gorgeous Saffron from Republica has popped into our bus.
Straight out of the mud at Glastonbury.
Straight out of the mud. Now, listen, Sam, would you like a cup of tea? Do we have a kettle?
Yes, please, lovely.
We have...
all the accoutrements.
A toothbrush.
Yeah, badly needed.
Well, I'll get the kettle on and we can sort that out. But how are you getting on so far? Are you having a good time?
Brilliant, yeah. A couple of years ago, actually, I got food poisoning down here, which was like the worst place in the world to get it. So the Portaloos looked even more horrifying than they normally do.
Spending a weekend in the Glastonbury Portaloos probably sounds like the worst thing you could ever do.
Yeah, it is. So bring the bog roll with you.
That's the advice, you see.
Yeah.
Do you know what band is on whilst you're on at the same time? Because I reckon when artists come, don't they look and they go, oh no, Primal Scream are playing at the same time?
Yeah, they definitely do, but
you haven't.
I don't know who's playing at the same time as us.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay, well, we're on the main, must be Saturday daytime. So, here we are.
Oh yeah, Republica,
12 o'clock.
You're against Louise Elliott.
Right. Sorry, never heard of her. And Cat Scratch Fever.
Oh, so you haven't really got much competition.
Yeah.
So the Pyramid Stage at midday is where it's going to be.
We've got The Scene, great band, and Radiohead, brilliant band.
Radiohead. I think Radiohead are going to be the highlight of the festival.
Yeah, oh definitely.
Right. Okay, well listen, thanks for joining us in our lovely little bus. Do you like it?
First time made me a cup of tea now.
Oh right, yeah, a cup of tea, yeah, I better get that on the go. Alright, 2 sugars?
Yes, please.
Alright.
The ultimate Glastonbury enthusiast. She was legging it around the site yesterday, enjoying every single second of it, and dancing wildly to the Prodigy last night. That was Saffron from Republica.
I think our Tom is right, I have to say. One of the highlights of the weekend... well, no, I'm not at all too old for that sort of thing, thank goodness. But one of the highlights of the weekend for me was coming down from the top of the fields, walking down towards the back of the stage, and hearing the voice of Ian McCulloch ringing out across the site. Echo and the Bunnymen, a couple of songs.
chopping blood, chopping up my stopping thoughts. Self-doubt and self-preserve, they're the cheapest things you ever bought. When you say it's love, do you mean the back of love? When you say it's love, you mean the back of love. We're taking advantage of, breaking the back of love. Taking advantage of, breaking the back of love. Easier said than done, you said, but it's one never thought to say. With eyes bigger than you, but we can't away. What were you thinking of? You dreamt that up. What were you thinking of? You dreamt that up. Taking advantage of, breaking the back of with a suit of fire, a simple chain of events, of eventually you set those shackles. We can't tell our left from right, but we know we love extremes. Get to grips with the ups and downs, because it's fuck all in between. You say it's love, do you mean the back of love? When you say it's love, you mean the back of love. Taking advantage of, breaking the back of love. Why you think it off when you dreamt that talk? Taking advantage of, breaking the back of love, breaking back of love. Can we swap the contact with Lock and Glass? Let's do Lock and Glass. I want it now. I want it now. Not the promises of what tomorrow brings. I need to. I want it now. I want it now. Don't tell me that my ship is coming in. Nothing comes to those who wait. Time's running out the door, you're running in. So I want more than I can get. Just try to forget. Nothing ever lasts forever. Nothing to you. All the shadows in the beam are coming to you. All the shadows in the beam are coming to you. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Not a bad crowd, considering everyone was really, really miserable at that moment in time, and it was like one of the first bands on of the festival. That was Echo and the Bunnymen, and Doing Nothing Lasts Forever, and an old track, and I can't remember what it was. What was it?
I can't remember either. Joe and I are in agreement over the fact that we both love Echo
Absolutely,
and the Bunnymen,
totally,
no question
utterly.
about that. The Glastonbury Festival has its own radio station, Radio Avalon. Janice Long crops up in this film at some stage, an excellent person, of course, and is introduced by Jane Middlemiss.
Glastonbury's a very special place. There's something in the air. What is it? What can you feel? Is it the ley lines? Is it the vibes? Or is it just Radio Avalon? And station organiser is Fred Williams. Fred, what's going on here?
What's going on here is a community radio station entertaining and informing the whole of the festival and the people around the site.
So, have these people though in their tents, there's mud up to here, Fred, have they got radios and all? Are you just broadcasting to nobody?
We are not broadcasting to nobody. We have a lot of listeners.
Have you?
Yes, we know that because just the sheer amount of people come and knock on our door and ask for requests and dedications and so on.
So what's your music policy here?
Our music policy is to be as varied as possible. We try and make the basis of it that people who've played on site in the past, people who are playing this year, that's broadly our base, but we move outwards from there.
Now I'm sensing a bit of a swizz here. I thought it was all solar powered and I can see cables everywhere. There's electricity going on here, isn't there?
I must confess, guilty, but only half guilty.
Okay.
We have electricity because for many years we had generators which ran out of diesel, and the one thing that we cannot afford to do is go off air because we lose listeners. So what we have is a mains electricity supply from the farmhouse. That's why we're here. But we have 2 studios, and the other studio in the Greenfield is actually solar powered.
And on air in a few minutes is the legendary Janice Long.
Legendary, thank you very
There
much
she is.
indeed.
Janice, what are you doing here?
Well, I've been coming here for years and take this off, I feel like a duck. Radio Avalon always asks me if I'll do a show, and I always say yes because it's just a good time. And you know, last year I did it with Dodgy, and this year Spiritualized got involved. So it's just a good, you know, a good fun thing. And you get free passes.
Good. I'm a bit worried about your sign though. Your
You
sign
can't really,
You can't really read your sign.
What do you think we should do? Spit on it and clean it up,
I think
or
we should
something?
do that before you go out.
All right. Well,
You should
maybe.
polish it up
Yeah.
for you.
Okay. Okay.
So what are you going to be playing today, Janice, for everybody here?
Well, I've got what I've got with me. I've got Bunnymen because they're going to be on shortly, and I'm dying to see them. I've got Spiritualized. I've got Sabres of Paradise. I've got a whole mixed bag of stuff, just loads of things to set everybody in the mood.
He's lovely, isn't he, in McCulloch?
He's my next door neighbour.
That's bizarre,
isn't it? I mean, I was, you know, a huge Bunnymen fan, and now we actually live next door to each other. And
Does
it's
he come
weird.
round your house for tea and things?
He's popped in, yeah. But I'm like that, you know. But he's just fantastic. One of the best bands ever.
Yeah, they
Can't
are.
wait to see them.
Well, I'm going to let you go because they
I'll
want
go
you
and
on
get
air.
set up, yeah, and I've got to polish the sign.
Polish the sign, yeah. I'll help you with that.
All right, so you're going to go and
I'm going to go back to my hotel.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Jammy thing.
Put me roll as in. I'm not going to tell you look like this very
You
much
TV
longer.
out.
Thanks, Janice.
No, this is a bit of a nightmare because Ian McCulloch doesn't have a lowest opinion of himself, and now he's had about 50 people just raving about him. Anyway, it was Back of Love. That was
Got a
the
bit
track.
of a double chin, I know.
Has he?
That's it. You're watching Ian.
Eyes a
you
bit
know.
puffy as well, Ian. But you know, you're not bad.
We found
And it was
out
Back of Love.
we found out who the guitar player was with Shannon earlier on. We apologise for not knowing that. It's Donna Hennessy, and as I say, I'm sorry, Donna, that we don't know who you didn't know your name previously. Shawn Colvin for you now.
This is a song called Sonny Came Home. It's about a woman in a fire, actually. favorite room. Sonny sat down in the kitchen. She opened a book and a box of tools. Sonny came home with a mission. She says days go by, don't know why I'm walking on a wire. I close my eyes and fly out of my mind into the Sonny came home with a list of names. She didn't believe in transcendence. It's time for a few small repairs, she said. Sonny came home with a vengeance. She says days go by, don't know why I'm walking on a wire. I close my eyes and fly out of my mind into the fire. So get the kids and bring a sweater. Dry is good and wind is better. Count the years, you always knew it. Strike a match, go on and do it. Oh, days go by, I hypnotize. I'm walking on a wire. I close my eyes and fly out of my mind into the fire. Oh, light the sky and hold on tight. The world is burning down. She's out there on her own, and she's alright. Sonny came home. Sonny came home.
That's Shawn Colvin looking rather furtive behind a microphone and in front of the caravan that apparently Jules Holland is staying in. Of course, Jules is going to be doing this job tomorrow night from here at Glastonbury.
And the best of luck to him too. Still to come, we have Ocean Colour Scene and Dodgy, but next to, I find it impossible to ignore these wellies like Shawn Colvin was wearing. This is Dubstar.
Asking too much to be given time to know these
John, I think you should be in the healing fields or the green fields or something. You sure you're not a druid?
No.
Quite possibly. That was
old
very
for
disappointing.
druids.
You couldn't actually see the Wellingtons beneath the industrial eyelashes, but there you go. That was Dubstar. And I was there trying to, I was waiting for Billy Bragg to come on stage to do St Swithin's Day, but I didn't actually see him materialise. He's playing tomorrow, isn't he?
I think so, yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Not on your
excellent
show?
band. Not on my show, alas. No, I wish
Sadly.
he was. I got a lot of time for Dodgy. They played at the recent concert at Anfield to raise money for Hillsborough victims and the Peels and so forth. And one of them today was wearing one of these shirts, the Robbie Fowler manoeuvre, we call this. And they're going to do a couple of songs for you now. Excellent stuff, Dodgy.
Can you touch that?
We should know better, we should know why. We set Mother Nature for a price. I'll be taken through until sometime I'll see the end of the line of desperation. I keep on walking now, I know this is mine, and I'll be just in time for celebration. I found you now, I know that it's true. I was down on my luck, no problem like I'm trying. You lift me up to a fresh piece of land, and I've never been there, now I'm flying. We should know better, said Mother Nature. We should know better, we should know why. She makes me rush, she's all knowing, she never closes her eyes. She's inspiration, I couldn't get any better even if I tried. Found you now, I know that it's true. I was down on my luck, no problem like I'm trying. You lift me up to a fresh piece of air, and I've never been there, now I'm flying. We should know better, we should know why. We sat in Mother Nature for a prize. I searched so long, I found you and now I'm certain. We should know better, we should know why. The lonely roads of my horizon is stretching out in front of me. You want my heart in those not so hard days, and take me away. I found you now, I know that it's true. I was down on my luck, no fun but like a trying. You lift me up to a fresh piece of air, and I've never been there, now I'm flying. Oh yeah. I'm flying. We should know better, we should know why. We sat in Mother Nature for a prize.
didn't actually realise you could do foxy dance routines to Dodgy, but there you go, you had proof yourself there. And Dodgy always crowd pleasers. They kind of encourage the worst behaviour in crowds there, don't they? Like on the shoulders, hands in the air, doing all this sort of stuff. But they went down really, really well today.
In between the first part and the second part of this programme, Chris Lycett, who's head of the Radio 1 live music unit, who are gods and goddesses. The Radio 1 listeners and Joe and myself owe them a great deal. But he fell in the mud and may have broken his ankle and will have been taken to the medical centre. And here's a film about the medical centre.
I've come to the doctors because I've lost my contact lens solution. I'm not sure where it is, but I really desperately need some more saline just to sort my eyes out, really. I've got 5 more days to go, and it's getting muddy out there.
And I'm sitting here, feeling ill. Got a possible throat infection, I think. I get them all the time.
I've come to see the doctor because I got some prescription medicine stolen out of my tent last night. They came in and took it, so.
It's alright now. We had to come up yesterday with him. Just a virus. Temperature being sick.
A few small holes in my hand. I just fell down the side of an embankment into a wooden fence with 2 nails coming out, and that's the 2 nails, basically.
Well, this weekend we've seen just over 1,000 people through the medical centre, and we'd expect over the full weekend to see somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000. Most of the things we've seen this weekend have been minor cuts and bruises and fairly minor illnesses. We've had 1 or 2 more serious things. We've had to send about 50 people into hospital so far. The majority of those have been for precautionary x-rays on possible fractures, ankles, things like that. But we've had a few people who've certainly broken their legs. And we had 1 poor person with pneumonia. And we actually had a case of trench foot last night, which is a bit First World War. Unfortunately, and very sadly, 1 person has died on the site. We don't know as yet exactly what the cause was. All we can say really is that we had a team of people very quickly to this person, and in fact a passerby started giving basic life support very quickly. But really there was nothing that could be done, and unfortunately this person did die. We're very sorry. You can't really put the injuries down to any one thing. I think the mud may have had some influence. People have been sliding about and falling about more, but then they've landed more softly. I think really the main reason we've had this number of injuries is simply that there's a lot of people on site. 100,000 people inevitably are going to produce a certain number of injuries and illnesses, and that's really just what we've been geared up to expect.
Yeah, I got my solutions. My eyes are sorted out. Great. Thanks a lot, medical centre.
Well, it's hard to come back from that with some kind of facetious comment, but it's quite clear that Chris Lycett is in good hands anyway.
And how am I going to get home? He's been driving me around for the whole weekend. Poor Chris. Okay, this is our final bit of music for tonight. This comes from Ocean Colour Scene, a couple of songs from them.
Never saw it as the start. Small change of heart. Rapping on the windows, whistling at chimney tops. Gone up the dust in the room and forgot. Yeah, we had plans and solid rocks. Stepping through the door like I threw it all while we sit out away. Looking at the trees on the roadside, feeling it's a brighter day. You and I should ride the coast to wind up in our favorite coasters miles away. Growing older, riding the sunlight trail. The day caught the train. Told a dirty joke, talking like Black Joe sucking on the number 10. Looking in the sky, the star bright, feeling it's a holiday. You and I should ride the boat, wind up in a little coaster, smile so way. Rolling over and riding over the sunlight tree, heard the day called the train. We'll find ourselves just waiting through tomorrow. 'Cause you and I, when we're coming down, we're only getting back. You know we feel those. When you find the things that get a while, don't you want things like these? When you find the things that get a while, don't you want things like these? When you find the things that get a while, don't you want things like these? When you find the things that get a while, don't you want things like these? Hey! Oh, la, la. Oh,
He really does have a way with guitars, doesn't he? That is your lot from us for Glastonbury Festival, actually. We're going to snuggle up in the boudoir tonight. And
not together, I hasten. Separate boudoir.
Oh, you disappoint me, John. But there
well,
you go.
I have to disappoint so many people over the years.
Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the whole weekend's proceedings. Jules Holland is back tomorrow at 12:05, and also the Ozone with Jane Middlemiss and Jamie Theakston tomorrow at 12 o'clock midday.
And Jules will be introducing stuff from Cheryl Crow and Cooler Shaker, amongst others, but don't let that put you off. There's going to be a lot of live music on Radio 1 as well, so I hope you'll be able to listen to that. From Joe and myself, thanks very much for watching, and good night.
Sheila, don't worry.
Do you really want to know? Do you want to give or do you just want to take it all and go? Because you gotta let it out. If you want to let it in, you gotta let a little bit of love in. We'll make it all begin. You gotta find time and pick the right time and make a change. 'Cause it's a fine time to pick the right time and make a change. So when you're on the land, and it seems all soft, don't you think life would be a little dry if we had the same thoughts? Now you're taking all the goods, but you leave you at the back. And don't make a change in soon.